Starbucks is brewing a big price hike this morning. The coffee chain says customers will pay from 5 to 20 cents more on many drinks starting today.
It seems like our beloved Starbucks is planning to inflate its prices, and it's not the first time either. If you've been noticing these prices creeping up all around, brace yourselves for some more news that might not be the best way to start your morning. Reports are buzzing with news that Starbucks is about to raise its menu prices once again. And guess what? This marks the 5th time in just 2 years. That's right, it's becoming a bit of a trend. But wait, there's more. The coffee giant isn't stopping there. They're also bringing in extra fees for some of their drinks, all in the name of boosting their financial outlook for the latter half of 2023. Now, if you're wondering why they're doing this, you're not alone. The idea might not sit well with everyone, especially when our pockets are already feeling a bit lighter these days. But guess what? Despite all the crumbling and raised eyebrows, Starbucks is actually making big profits with this strategy. Surprising, isn't it? What's happening at Starbucks isn't a solo act, though. It turns out other fast food and restaurant chains are also paying the price hike game. Why, you ask? Well, there's some talk about a looming consumer recession on the horizon, and these businesses want to get their final price hikes out there before things get even tougher. Now let's rewind a bit. From June 2022 to July 2023, inflation dipped down by almost 6%. But have you tried going grocery shopping or grabbing a bite at your favorite eatery? Feels like prices are headed in the opposite direction, right? And Starbucks customers have been feeling this pinch since 2021, facing 4 rounds of price increases already. Unfortunately, it seems like round 5 is just around the corner. According to some food industry experts, Starbucks products have seen price hikes ranging from 20 to a whopping 30% over the past couple of years. That's quite a jump. And don't hold your breath for prices to come back down anytime soon. The company's second quarter financial report seems to be saying that the cost of your favorite latte isn't going to get any friendlier. The most recent price hike news from Starbucks dates back to May 6, 2023, when they introduced a 20-cent increase on various beverages. This year alone, they've already raised prices by an average of 70 cents. However, there might be a glimmer of hope as the new CEO, Laxman Nourishment, mentioned that Starbucks plans to slow down the frequency of price increases going forward. That's somewhat comforting, right? But don't get too relaxed, because price hikes are still on the horizon. In a recent interview, Nourishment highlighted that the upcoming price increases might not hit us as hard as the ones before. But the not so good news is that prices are still on the rise. Their latest earning report explained that high operational expenses, like the increasing costs of labor, food, and packaging, are the driving force behind the decision to raise prices again in 2023. But there's a twist. People weren't exactly pleased with Starbucks' announcement. They pointed out that global coffee bean prices and other commodities have actually decreased over the past few months. It's a valid argument considering the worldwide coffee shortage due to extreme weather events in 2021 and 2022 initially prompted the company to adjust their menu prices. The situation becomes a bit perplexing. While inflation is going down and the price of coffee beans is dropping, Starbucks is still hiking up their prices. As of now, a small 12-ounce cup of coffee at Starbucks will set you back around $2.75, up from $2.50 a little while ago. And let's not forget the grande size. It was once $2.45, but now it's $2.95 in certain places, marking a 20% increase. Even the venti size isn't spared, costing around $3.95 compared to its previous $3.65 just a couple of months back. But wait, we're not done unraveling the web of rising Starbucks prices just yet. If you're a trend-sized coffee enthusiast, be prepared to see a change in your bill. A trend-sized coffee, which used to cost $3.95, now demands $4.25. That's a 30-cent jump. And if you're into lattes or cappuccinos, you'll be shelling out $3.75 instead of the previous $3.25. Speaking of other drinks, it's not just coffee that's getting pricier at Starbucks. Take the venti-sized Frappuccino, for example. It's now priced at $5.25, up from $4.95. And while Starbucks hasn't given us the exact numbers, in the last quarter of 2022, former CEO Howard Schultz hinted at an expected overall menu price increase of 10% in 2023. In some stores, you might now find an additional dollar charge if you dare to request changes to your refreshers. Apparently, this tactic has been rolling out since May. Some locations have only just started implementing it. A Reddit post even captured a sign from a Starbucks outlet saying, starting May 9th, Starbucks will start to upcharge for no water, no ice, and light ice in Starbucks refresher beverages at all their locations. So what's the deal with these extra fees? It seems Starbucks has caught on to the fact that many consumers are ditching the water and going for a stronger concoction when they order a refresher. Turns out, skipping water or ice results in a drink that contains more of the base product, and that's what costs the company money. Even though it might not affect the base to water ratio, you do end up with more drink in your cup when you go on the light ice. The growing concerns among Starbucks fans about the impact on their wallets are becoming louder on social media platforms. Customers have been sharing their experiences of rapid price hikes at their local Starbucks stores. One Reddit user questioned, did Starbucks raise prices again, as their usual order suddenly cost 30 cents more? Even without any modifications, another individual expressed their shock at a $7 coffee now almost costing $10. The trend of price increases is evident with every launch. For instance, a usual order like a grande cold brew with oat milk, vanilla, and peppermint experienced a 30-cent increase, going from $4.45 to $4.75. Another person observed, is it just me or have Starbucks prices gone up recently? A customer who used to pay around $4.30 for their regular drink noted it now costs $5.20. One shopper mentioned using gift cards and surplus stars to navigate around the rising costs, stating, other than that, I'm good off Starbucks. They expressed frustration at the frequent price hikes, especially when the company seems to be unable to provide livable hours and support for its employees. The irony lies in the fact that while employees struggle, Starbucks reported a 15% increase in net revenues, reaching a record $8.1 billion in 2022. With a whopping 31% increase in profits over the last 3 months, it's no surprise that critics are questioning Starbucks' pricing strategies. This coffee chain giant seems to be profiting significantly despite the concerns and frustration of its loyal customers. Starbucks' justification for the upcoming price increases seems like a mix of words meant to hide corporate greed. Public Citizen, a consumer advocacy group, expressed outrage at Starbucks' 5th round of price hikes, particularly after the CEO received a nearly 40% raise last year. The group noted that corporations are exploiting concerns about a potential recession to justify pushing higher costs onto consumers, a practice often referred to as price gouging. The situation isn't unique to Starbucks. According to Rackham, a board member of the Groundwork Collaborative, corporations across various sectors are increasing prices while using economic challenges as a shield. During the pandemic, we saw companies like Kimberly-Clark and Procter & Gamble raise prices on essential goods. Even as McDonald's enjoyed substantial sales growth, they still raised prices. This issue extends beyond Starbucks, as other big names in the restaurant industry follow suit. For instance, at Disney parks, restaurant goers are witnessing price hikes. Various dishes and cocktails are now costing $2 to $3 more this month. Similarly, Chipotle announced a 2 to 3% menu price increase to counter high labor costs. Domino's Pizza and other chains are also making their products more expensive. CEOs and CFOs from Wendy's, Shake Shack, and Chipotle explained that these price increases are a strategy to ensure profitability amid the uncertain economic landscape. It's clear that companies are preparing for harder times ahead. So, there you have it. Starbucks is joining the price hiking party once again, and they're not alone. It's a strategy that's raising eyebrows, coffee cups, and a lot of questions, while other businesses follow suit. Only time will tell. In the meantime, let's prepare ourselves for the coffee shop bill shock that might be just around the corner. But before you go, remember to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the update. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates.